Today I'd like to speak about positive affirmations. Recently I've been studying some of the teachings of Bob Proctor on this topic, and I just could not restrain myself anymore not to share what's happened recently for me by putting these into practice. He recommends using a phrase every time before your positive affirmation, and always making your affirmation in the present. So whether it's happened or not, it's always stated as if it has happened. And when possible, when necessary, put a date on it. And the other thing is it has to be said with emotion, with passion, because the idea is that to get from the conscious mind to the subconscious takes that kind of emotion, and it takes repetition. So at the very least, your affirmation should be said morning, evening, even more often, as often as you can, but at least morning and evening, and to be said with belief, with emotion, with passion, that you know it's going to take place. So the phrase that he recommends is, I am so happy and grateful now that. I'm so happy and grateful now that. In my particular case, I'm planning to move within a month or so, and besides packing up the house and sorting through everything, I have a pet cat, and she's been with me and the family for like 9 years, but I'm not going to be able to take her. So I was concerned about finding a really good home, and I was pretty anxious about that. So when I started studying about these affirmations, I said, let me put that as an affirmation. I'm so happy and grateful now that I found a loving home for Kat. That is her name. It's very imaginative, right? So I said it every day, morning and evening and other times when I'd see her. I'm so happy and grateful that I found a loving home for Kat, a good home. Well, as happens when these types of statements get into the subconscious, they cause us to do things maybe that we wouldn't necessarily do. Because of the new belief that is there, we, at least in my case, I was very actively searching for an answer, searching for ways to have this come about. And I kind of thought that, anticipated, oh boy, this could take some time, it might be difficult, whatever. But what Bob tells us in his teachings are that you just have to think about what you want. Don't think about how. Don't think about any kind of obstacles and nothing negative. Just think about what you want. And so that's what I wanted. Well, after about a couple weeks of saying this affirmation, this just happened last week, I texted my brother, and I know he has a network of people, a large family, and others, and so I just said, I'm not going to be able to take Kat with me. If you know of anybody who would like to have a really nice cat, let me know. Well, within an hour, I get a text back. Hey, that's really good timing. My son's girlfriend has been looking for a cat, and he told me the story, how they suggested she get a cat in her situation, and we set up a time. This past Saturday, I took the cat. I took all of the things that go along with that. She had nothing, and took her to her new home, which she began to explore immediately. The new owner was very happy because she had no equipment, nothing, and just gave her everything, and it happened so quickly. And she mentioned to me she was supposed to have gotten a cat just a few days before that, but it fell through. So that really made an impact on me. I thought, wow, these affirmations really work, and they can happen. They can work very quickly because I needed it to happen soon, and it did. The second one was about my work situation. I'm going to be leaving my job, and I'm actively looking for other work. And I went to talk to my boss about it and told him I had set a date, even though I didn't have another position yet. And so he said he would be very happy and grateful, actually, kind of like the phrase for the affirmation, if I would work remotely and work something out, where maybe I could come back now and then when necessary until I did find something else. I had made an affirmation in which I said, I'm so happy and grateful now that I have found remote employment or remote position by May 15th. And that was what I was saying for a while. Well, it's only yesterday or today that I realized that came to pass too, exactly on the date, on May 15th. And I wasn't, when it just happened that way. So I guess what I'm saying is I encourage you to practice the same method. I'm so happy and grateful now that. Finish the affirmation in the present with emotion, with passion, and repeat it. Do it at least twice a day, more if possible, and I would love to hear your results. Dave Owancia here. Take care.